Good morning, boys and girls. P7, welcome to this lesson. This is St. Francis sending you this work to start from where we ended. When you were still in P6, you had completed the syllabus of P6 and you were about to begin with the P7 work. But first and foremost, thank you for taking care of yourselves. Make sure you follow the SOPs. Make sure keep the masks on. Wash your hands. As I always told you that whenever you become careless with your life, it will imply that the next step will be falling sick of COVID. And when you fall sick of COVID, it will imply that the end result is death. Death ends in a coffin where you cannot come back again to eat or see your relatives and friends. Therefore, take note of that. Back to the point. With the P7 work, we have a number of topics in English, and the first topic in English is the school holidays, where we all know what school holidays are. What is a school holiday? What is a school holiday? We know that a school holiday is the period of time when schools stop teaching and learning activities. That means, as you've always gone home for holidays, the school closes and stops the teaching and learning activities. So that is already a holiday. Schools have holidays of 3 categories. And a school holiday that comes first is the first term holidays, followed by second term holidays, and then third term holidays. Those are the sessions when children go home to rest from the school routines. The school routines are the daily activities that you are subjected to when you are at school. So those holidays are known to everybody, that we have first term holidays, second term holidays, and then third term holidays. When we are looking at school holidays, we have vocabulary or terms used when we are talking about the activities that take place during school holidays. We have travel. Travel is TRAVEL. That travel is a verb, and at the same time, it can be a noun. It is a verb whose continuous tense becomes traveling. The past tense becomes traveled, and the past participle also becomes traveled. Traveling, with British English, we use LL, traveling, and the same LL is used in the past tense and the past participle. Therefore, traveling is TRAVEL, LING, whereas traveled is TRAVELED. V-E-L-L-E-D. It is the same spelling of the past tense that comes in the past participle. Travel as a verb, when used in a sentence, takes preposition by or in, depending on how you've constructed the sentence. For instance, he traveled in a canoe to the port. He traveled in a canoe to the port. Example 2. She traveled by bus last evening. She traveled by bus last evening. So those are the prepositions that we use with the travel using those examples below. We have another vocabulary that is used under the topic school holidays. Visit. Visit is both a verb and a noun. Visit as a verb changes to its continuous tense by adding ing at the end of it to become visiting. Visit is V-I-S-I-T. Some of the children make a mistake of saying visit, but visit is not there. Even when you open the dictionary from the first page to the last one, you can't find the word visit, but it remains visit. In its continuous tense, visit becomes visiting. V-I-S-I-T-I-N-G, visiting. In its past tense, it becomes visited. Visited is V-I-S-I-T-E-D. The same spelling of the past tense is the same spelling of the past participle. So when you look at those verbs, they are also used differently. Visit as a noun is used in a sentence to show that one had that activity done. He made a visit to his uncle. I shall give X a visit. That means in that sentence, it has worked as a noun, visit. We have another word or another vocabulary under school holidays, and that is commence. Commence is C-O-M-M-E-N-C-E. That is a verb. Commence has a continuous tense where the last E is cancelled for I. Then we add on N-G to become commencing. Commencing is C-O-M-M-E-N-C-I-N-G, whose past tense becomes commenced. C-O-M-M-E-N-C-E-D, that is commenced. And its past participle also remains commenced. C-O-M-M-E-N-C-E-D, commenced. Commence is a verb which means the same as begin. So, school terms commence on a Monday, or most of the boarding schools have their terms commencing on Sundays. That is, commence. Our first term commenced on a Sunday for the boarders, whereas the term for the day scholars commenced on Monday. So that is commence. Commence refers or means the same as begin. Commence can also change into a noun, meaning the starting of something. That is commencement. It is working as a noun, a situation when something has already begun. So the commencement of the meeting will depend on the arrival time of the chairperson. The commencement of the meeting will depend on the arrival time of the chairperson. So that is commence. It has worked as a noun in that sentence. We have another vocabulary, and that is break up. Break up is working as a verb. It's continuous, is breaking up. It's past tense, broke up, and the past participle is broken up. When we talk of breaking up, most of us make a mistake. It is a common mistake where we use break off for break up. We use break up when an activity has had a hold or has had a short break, a simple stop. Whereas we use break off when you cut off something from the other. For example, when you get a piece of chalk, break it into two pieces, you've broken off a piece from the chalk stick. So here, with the school holidays or with schools, we say we are breaking up for holidays, not we are breaking off for holidays. Breaking is B-R-E-A-K-I-N-G. Then leave a simple space and put up, breaking up. Whereas the past simple or the past tense of break up is B-R-O-K-E, a simple space, then put up. Up is U-P, that is up. Then the past participle of break up is broken up. We have broken up for our second term holidays on a Friday. So broken up is B-R-O-K-E-N space U-P, that is broken up. We have another vocabulary, and that is prepare. We all know what to prepare is. It is working as a verb. Prepare is a verb which has its continuous as preparing. The verb to prepare is P-R-E-P-A-R-E. That is the verb to prepare. Preparing, the last E after the R dies for I, and then we add on NG to become preparing. The past tense of prepare is prepared. Prepared, you get the verb as it was to prepare and just add on D. Therefore, it is P-R-E-P-A-R-E-D. It remains the same spelling for the past participle tense of prepare. That is the verb. You can use it in a sentence. We are preparing for our end of term 1 holidays. Holidays. Or we are preparing for our end of term examinations. We are preparing for our BOT examinations next week. Prepare, being a verb, it can also change into a noun. The noun that comes from the verb to prepare is preparation. Preparation. We can say the preparations for the birthday party are ongoing. Or the preparations for the baptism party are left in the hands of the father. So that is preparation as a noun, which is formed from the verb to prepare. We have another one, which is program. Program is both a verb and a noun. The first one, which is a verb, is program. Program. We say program, programming, programmed. Programmed. So the pronunciation varies. As the verb says program, it is P-R-O-G-R-A-M-M-E, that is to program. Programming, P-R-O-G-R-A-M-M-I-N-G. So the last E on program dies for I, and then we add on N-G. Programmed. Programmed. That is the past tense for the verb program. Programmed is P-R-O-G-R-A-M-M-E-D. It is the same spelling for the past participle. That is making steps that you are going to take to do something. That is to program. You make arrangements for something that is going to be done. That is to program. Whereas the noun is not program, but it is program. Program. That is, those are the arrangements made to do something that is needed. That is program. All the steps that have been arranged for something to take place, that is the program. You can also have a program for the holidays, that when I wake up, I do A, B, C, and D. After lunch, I also do B, C, and D. So that is the program that you may be following for the holidays. We have another one, which is board. Board is a verb which is used for the taxi or for the vehicle that is going to take you to another destination. You get into the taxi. Getting into the taxi is to board. So I board a taxi to town every morning. Board is B-O-A-R-D. That is board. The continuous is boarding. I am boarding a taxi to Ntenjeru. Then the past tense is boarded. B-O-A-R-D-E-D, boarded. And the same applies to the past participle. It is also written in the same way as the past tense. Relatives. We talk of relatives under school holidays because that is the time when a student interacts with different relatives because they are at home. Therefore, we talk of relatives because you get into contact with other relatives. That's when you can decide to visit the relatives who are far from your home. You also host other relatives from other places to come at your home, maybe spend holidays. So that's why we talk of relatives under school holidays. We talk of urban. Urban is the same as town. Town areas or urban areas. So most of the students like spending their holidays in urban areas. Whereas the ones in urban areas prefer spending their holidays in rural areas. So they travel from towns to villages because they enjoy staying in a free environment of the village setting. Then, vacation. Vacation is a period when schools are closed. I'm using schools, but it also involves universities, colleges, and other institutions of learning. So that is a vacation. And for us, we normally use it with the candidate classes which go and have that rest during the period when the schools are not functional. Penpal. Plural is penpals. That's why that S is in brackets. Penpal is one. Penpals, many. Penpal is a friend to whom you communicate or with whom you communicate using a pen and paper. So that is, in other words, a pen friend. That is a pen friend. So that's why we say penpal, because you ever communicate using a pen and paper. Birthdays. Birthdays is the plural of birthday. That is, if you are four at home, each of you has a day on which he was born, and therefore you perform birthday parties. Those are birthdays. For one, it is a birthday. If there are many, those are birthdays. Remedial work. Remedial work. We also say remedios as plural. Remedial work, that is the work given to weak learners to help them improve on their areas of weakness. So that is remedial work. When a teacher identifies a child who is weak at something, gets some work related to that area where the child is weak, and gives it to the child to improve or to understand it better. So that is remedial work. The plural form of remedial is remedios. Dear children, candidates to be, we have reached a session for an activity. We've listened to what a holiday is, to the sessions of holidays that we have. We have looked at the different vocabulary used under school holidays. We've heard what they mean and how to use them, how they change to other forms or tenses. We are reaching a session where we are going to write or construct meaningful sentences using the words below. Word 1 is relatives. Word 2 is penpal. Word 3 is break up. Word 4 is prepare. Word 5, program. We have another activity, which activity is taken to be activity 2, because the other one has been activity 1, having only 5 numbers. Activity 2, we have 12 questions. With the 12 questions, we have the first one, or the instruction says, fill in the blank spaces with a suitable word. Fill in the blank spaces with a suitable word. 1. He traveled dash bus from Nairobi to Kampala. Number 2. The pupils will dash for holidays soon. Number 3. Dash work helps weak learners to understand better. Number 4. Most parents enjoy organizing birthdays dash their children in holidays. Number 5. The third term's holiday is longer dash the first term's. Question 6. You will visit your relatives next holidays. Dash you. That one requires a question tag. 7. The village dash we spent our holidays was charming. Question 8. I made a dash for my holidays in order to be organized. 9. All schools dash for their Easter holidays on Holy Thursday. 10. The school term for boarding schools usually does on Sundays. 11. I wrote to my dash in Sweden last holiday. And lastly, most of the students like having their holidays in dash areas. I thank you very much for attending this lesson. Write carefully in your exercise books. After 6 lessons, we shall bring the books for marking. Thank you for listening. Stay well, stay safe. Remain connected to St. Francis. Be blessed.